little quieter start to the day this morning. And a sunrise. Kind of surprised. It sprinkled a little last night. Everything's getting wet. Of course, a little fog. But now that the sun's up and we got a decent sunrise. The ring around the moon earlier. Of course, it's supposed to get cold, so I don't know when it's supposed to be cold. They keep saying this week we're supposed to be like 20 for the low and 34, 35, something like that for the high. I haven't seen it start yet. Oh, wait. Hey, moon's still there. It just doesn't have a ring around it now. So, yeah. And that's where we put that yesterday. And Ty says, you know, we had some mats shift in it, and there's a lot of manure under them, and yeah, we need to pull the mats and finish cleaning underneath them and clean the mats up and put them back in, because we're done using that thing for a while. So get it cleaned up good. We have not tweaked the door yet. Do that at some point today. But I think before we pull the pallet forks off the skid steer, we'll grab a pallet and slip the mats out onto it, get them out of the way, and then maybe tweak that door. Then I really don't feel like getting it back around the corner here because things are a little tight. I parked that in here on an angle when I brought it in last, so I had more room on the other side for backing through there with the stock trailer. So I might just cheat, back it over there, and it'll pressure wash there. I mean, there's not a lot in there. I could even do it right where it's setting hose reaches. And she may not even need the pressure washer, just the hose. With the pressure washer, generally you use a little less water. We'll see. Well, Ty cleaned the feed barn. Then she got over to the calf barn and made me do that. And then with the wide bucket, I got this part of this lot cleaned and got it down there so she could put the narrow bucket on it and go. Well, then she made up this excuse about having to go to the bathroom. So she's only got about 2 scoops left in there now. So, and yeah, sorry about the dumping video. I'm in the first section there. I was holding the phone and back and forth between hands trying to run the controls. So the second one, I put it in the mount and went for broke. And Becky's back, so now I got a mailbox to deal with. See what I need to make for a mount. Put stickers on it, that kind of stuff. Yay. It's nice that they handle those things so nicely before you get them, and you don't know it's buttered up till you get out of the box. So Becky says, do you want me to go get you another one? It ain't worth the trip back to town.
I was trying to be nice. I really didn't want to.
So I straightened this up before I can do anything. Yay! And she got some numbers, but not enough, so we're going to go through everything we got and see what we got. Yep, dug all the letters, numbers out. Got the address, well, both addresses really on the one side. Both addresses and Goslin Farms on the other. The side that says Goslin Farms are just these ones. They're not reflective or anything. But the other side's reflective, and that's the side that, you know, people are going to be the closest to on the road, what they should see. And here's what I came up with for a base for this, because this thing's so fucking flimsy, it ain't even funny. That's some scrap shelving that was outside. That's actually just one piece, and there's like that much of it cut out of the center. Fit in just right. That's actually a good piece of flat. I think that's 12 gauge. Might be 13, but either way. Wouldn't have to go near that big with it. But there's like 4 holes here, 4 holes here, and a slot about right there. And I want to have all those filled up. You know? Don't really understand why they put the holes in the way they do. And then all these holes on the outside, they're not even 1/4 inch holes. They're close. You know, they're probably whatever metric size is under 1/4. But I'm just going to do it all right there in place. Easiest way to do it. And it's all bolted here, sides and the end down there. Keyholes worked out right. Close enough anyway. And I'm going to open it up and I'm going to mark where the holes are on that piece and drill all them and then bolt it in. I think I'll put a couple washers just because obviously there's, you know, kind of messed up there. And we'll just throw a little hot glue here and here, both ends down there, maybe a couple spots along the edge. Doesn't really need much. Then when I figure out how I'm going to mount it to the post, I can figure that out from there. And that's heavy enough to weld something to. And the post, I think, is going to be some of that round pipe that's sitting outside the other side of that wall. Find 2 good ones and put them together end to end to make a long enough post. The Postal Service says 41 to 45 inches to the bottom from the ground up. So, and then you got about a foot of drop where the post is going to be versus the road surface. And I want it into the ground a little bit, so that means I need at least, like I figured, 48 or 50 inches above ground to be close. And fun! I wasn't quick enough. You didn't get to hear the twine pop. On these grass seed bales, they really pop. They'll almost fly clear off the bale. I almost had to laugh when I brought that bale in. She was standing there by the salt and mineral feeder giving me the bird because that other bale. Yeah. See, when they pick these things up with the machine, I think they got a pull type, but don't matter, pull type or self-propelled. The machine grabs the bale and goes like this and sets it up on the deck. Well, it's twine up and they put it twine back. When that's loaded and it dumps, they're twined down. And we stack everything. We try to keep twine up on everything when we stack it because we're doing it with a tractor and not with a stacker. So she forgot that. She was pissed because she cut the wrong side. Because what we do is you cut the side without the knots and then you go to the side with the knots and it's easier to pull them off. And yeah, she's got new toys for the dogs. And I'm not done with that stinking mailbox yet. She helped me finish getting that plate bolted to the bottom of it. I got to throw some weld on that and then figure what we're going to do to mount it and go from there. But I know I don't have a whole lot of video yet, so I figured I better get this. See if she gets splattered or not. It's too bad we really can't see their faces when they take a bite and see what they got. But they're all hooked out. 023 there, she just stuck her nose to that middle bale and turned around and she's going for the other one. The rest of them are just going to keep going because they don't think the first bale's any good. Now 23's turned around going for another bale. He says, nah, these two aren't any good. I'm going to go for the end one where everybody else is. But everybody else is in there eating it. They'll eat it one way or another. Oh, anyway. And it got pretty overcast this afternoon. It actually feels a lot colder than it was. I think they changed their mind on our lows for the week too. 28 to 32 is what they're showing now. None of this 20 or 22 stuff. So I should make up their minds. I see a bunch of them decided they don't want to eat tonight. Yeah, that's up to them. They got about 8 or 10 hours, maybe a little longer, depending on how nice I am in the morning, to eat what they're going to eat. And yes, not a happy dog at all with a brand new toy. It's funny. You get 2 or 3 decide this bale down here is okay, and the rest of them are going to come down and they're all going to eat on it. They won't touch the others. But if you get 2 or 3 decide one of these others is better, then they're all going to go to that. Either way, they all know they got the switch done to them. Suckers. They'll get over it. I am kind of surprised they're all on this end bale, though. These others are just kind of standing around like, I don't want to eat that shit. 2-year-olds didn't have any trouble, and they're usually a little pickier. Oh, see the one eating down there. That's one of Ty's 3-year-olds. She don't care. Food's food. What are you fighting about? You fighting because it's that bad? Oh yeah, nice clean floor in there too. Meant to mention that. I know I said earlier she was doing it when I was doing stuff, so. Oh well. Oh hey, and congratulations to Matt the Scrap Whisperer. He'd been shooting for that 500 mark. He said he got up this morning and found 501. Congratulations, Matt. Yeah, it happens and you don't even know it. You never thought you'd get there and then you are. It's crazy. Anyway, hope everybody had a good Monday and hope everybody has a great Tuesday. I'll go park this thing, and I think I got to help Ty with more of those things. But I also got to work on the mailbox. And I think I'm gonna put a bug in Becky's ear, let her call the post office or email them. I got a text from the neighbor that we took those 2 steers in for yesterday and delivered 2 to him. And she says, said something about her husband noticed that the flag was up on her mailbox. Well, the mailboxes are still sitting on the stump up there. There ain't nothing with a flag up. And they're still on the stump. And then she says, first half of the week, we watched the mail truck go by, and it's the regular mail truck, and we're getting nothing. They're not picking any up. They're not dropping any off. And then she says when the dark colored Jeep goes by, which is our normal mail carrier, she says, then we get mail and we get mail picked up. And I don't know what they're doing with their routes. I mean, our normal guy, we've seen him on a couple other routes earlier in the week. And then we've had, obviously, a substitute at least Monday and Tuesday and sometimes Wednesday. But when you only get mail 2 or 3 days a week, you kind of wonder, especially when there's not a single day that there's not something in the boxes. So dig into that a little bit. See what they have to say about that. I mean, we watched the guy go by here. Flies by here at about 40 miles an hour. And one day I watched him, Becky watched him go by, and she went out the driveway not too far after he wasn't too far down the road, maybe a half mile, if that. And she wasn't a quarter mile down the road, and I watched him go by again. So then it's like, well, what the heck? They got 2 of them doing it, and they still can't make it happen. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one.